Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. And a heavyweight news mashup video today, starting with Andy Ruiz Jr., who's given his thoughts on Alexander Usyk moving up from cruiserweight and also a potential unification fight with Deontay Wilder. So we'll start with the Usyk stuff first. So Ruiz Jr. was speaking at a press conference in San Diego. This is ahead of his upcoming fight with Anthony Joshua. So on Usyk, he said, "He's a great fighter and boxer. I don't think he looked too good in his first fight. I didn't think he carried his power too much for someone who hasn't fought for so long. I'm not discrediting the guy he beat, of course, but I think he could have done a lot better. I don't know, that's just my opinion after I win on December 7. Of course, we'll give him an opportunity to take one of my belts." That's Andy Ruiz Jr. on Alexander Usyk. And I guess Andy Ruiz Jr.'s sentiments do actually echo a lot of what fans have been saying and also some heavyweight boxers, rivals of Alexander Usyk. And of Deontay Wilder, he says, "I want to be the unified heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm so close to having that fight with Wilder. Wilder and I talk on the phone as well. We're good friends and we support each other, but during the fight there will be no friends or respect or nothing like that." Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua's trainer Rob McCracken has spoken about the aftermath of that June loss to Ruiz Jr., saying that some of the commentary about him was very predictable. He says it was predictable, unfortunately. Where he has been successful and earned a lot of money, people will look to blame anybody and in some cases blame me. But I'm not really bothered. I keep the pro boxing world at arm's length. It's a business and it's money based, so they can jump on an interview and criticize anybody. Every weekend, fighters win and lose. It's a fight and things happen. You've seen all the great fighters get beaten. I think it was going to be predictable in the UK that you were going to get that from a small number of people. Blame the coach. Maybe they might get an opportunity. People have rewritten history, and they forget that Ruiz was down and in a vulnerable position and Josh went in to finish him. I was shouting at him to take his time, break him down, but he didn't look at the corner. He was fixated on Ruiz and he rushed in. I take nothing away from Ruiz. He's a good fighter. He is dangerous and landed a big hook and Josh didn't recover from it. All you hear is he shouldn't have been told to do this, he shouldn't have been told to do that, but he just didn't recover from it. In those cases, 99% of the time the fighter gets knocked out, he was able to get back up and get through a bit of it, but he was just never back in the game. It was always difficult. You were trying to get him through each round and just do enough to keep him in there, but he wasn't back in the fight. The unbeaten Cuban heavyweight Frank Sanchez has stepped in for Efe Ajagba, who was due to be fighting this weekend on the Lubin and Gallimore card against Jack Mulawai. So the extent of Ajagba's injury is not known, but Sanchez, who's currently 13-0, will look to get another victory against the once-beaten Mulawai, who is 7-1-1. Ajagba injured his back in training last week. Artis Belka will return to the ring this weekend in Poland, facing Fabio Tuach, who's got a record of 29-6. Belka, who has a record of 22 wins and 4 losses, is returning from a brutal knockout to Derek Chisora earlier this year. Belka should win this one, but if he doesn't look good, questions will again be asked about his continuation within the sport at a high level. This really does shape as a crossroads fight of sorts, because if Belka wants any fights at any decent level, he needs to win and look good doing so, especially given some of the brutal knockouts he has had in his career, most recently Derek Chisora. The WBA regular title holder Manuel Charr has offered an explanation on Instagram for his long absence from the ring. Charr has not fought since November 2017 when he defeated Alexander Ustinov to win the WBA regular title. So he says on his social media account, "I'm interested in boxing against the top 5. Even a rematch against Alexander Povetkin is quite conceivable. After the defeat against him in 2014, we still have a rematch open. An elimination elimination fight against him for the WBA would be in my favour, so the winner, Andy Ruiz - Anthony Joshua, will be my next opponent. I gave Trevor Bryan the chance to box against me and assured him of the fight, but his promoter Don King has not taken any decision. I am very sorry for Trevor Bryan. Maybe he will take another chance with another promoter. I do my best to make the WBA and my boxing fans happy. I have been training non-stop for 2 years, have not quit for 2 years, and have never lost hope. On my Instagram page and in Facebook, you can see every day how I exercise disciplined and diligent. Be sure, dear boxing fans, I fight tomorrow, if need be, against a T-Rex. I will sign every fight contract that is presented to me, regardless of who the world-class boxer is. I would also fight Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and every other heavyweight in the top 5 at any time. Every one of you knows that I will never avoid an opponent. Hereby I challenge Alexander Povetkin, Joyce, Trevor Bryan for a world championship fight. I hope the fight will even be before this year is out. If it is not so, I apologize to my dear boxing fans. I cannot move the world alone. You know, a hand does not clap alone. The opposing side must accept the fight and sign for it to come to fight. I'll stay tuned and let you know how things continue in the near future. Your world champion, Manuel Charr. So obviously Charr is attributing his situation right now down to factors outside of his control. Although it does appear that he is trying to limit his options to a number of world-class fighters that arguably he doesn't deserve to be in the ring with, and from what we're hearing through the grapevine, he has been asking a lot of money for different respective fights. But the one that could make sense there and could be easy to make could be the one with Joyce, who is the gold champion within the WBA, but I guess that will come down to money. But also Manuel Charr saying you can only clap if you have 2 hands. Well, here's a one-hand clap from myself. It is possible. And just finishing with a clip that Dominic Rock has posted from his fight over the weekend. So Rock advanced to 17-0. He fought Lorenzo Smith. This was in Philadelphia. He got a win with a second round retirement from Lorenzo Smith. But this clip here, it is entertaining with the caption from Rock. I don't know who he thought he was going to hit with that. Dominic Rock now 17-0. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.